Okay, so in this first lesson, we're going to talk about putting your sax together. Assembling it properly is really important so you don't damage anything, right? So first thing we're going to do is open our case up. And actually, first thing is you're going to see a neck strap in there, right? So take that neck strap, go ahead and put it around your neck, just so it's ready when you need it. Then what we're going to do is grab the body of the horn, which is this big thing right here. So this is the body. The first thing you'll notice is we've got this, it's usually a black cap in there. So go ahead and just pull that right out, stick it right in your case. We're gonna need that when we put it up, so don't lose it. Put it somewhere in your case where you're gonna be able to find it really easily when you're done. Then what I'd suggest is go ahead and take the hook into your strap. And you're gonna see a little ring right there. Take this hook, clip it right on that ring. That way, just in case it kind of slips out of your hand, you've got something to keep it off the floor. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is grab the neck, which is this part of the horn right here. What you wanna do is got a larger end and a smaller end, right? So the larger end is what is gonna connect into your saxophone opening here. Be careful of this key right here, this sling. What I like to do is kind of, if I hold it from the top like this, I can, with my first finger here, just push this key a little bit while I'm putting it on. That way it doesn't bend. So what I do is just kind of push this key just a little bit, slide it right into that receiver right there. And then notice you're gonna have a screw right here. So just tighten that a little bit. You don't really have to rake it down, just enough to where it's not gonna move. Then the next thing you wanna do, especially if you've got a newer horn or you haven't played in a while, is you'll see something like this in your case. This is called cork grease. It looks like a tube of chapstick. So take the lid off, twist it so a little bit of it's coming out, just like you would be putting on chapstick. And then on your cork, just really lightly, just a little bit. And what I was always taught was if you can actually see it on there, it's probably too much. So just a couple of dabs on there. And then what I like to do is just take my fingers and just kind of smooth it in there a little bit. That way it doesn't kind of gunk up when you put your mouthpiece on. Let's see, the next piece got over here is your mouthpiece. And there's a couple of different parts to this as well. So yours will probably come something like this. So it's got a plastic cap on there. So definitely hold on to this because this will be important later to protect your reed. So set your cap aside for right now. And then we've got this wire thing. And yours probably will look a little bit different, but they all, function the same way basically. This is called your ligature. So for right now, just kind of sit this ligature to the side. We've got our mouthpiece here. And again, you'll see there's the larger opening and then this kind of slanted opening. And this is the part of the mouthpiece is going to go in your mouth. So take this larger opening and on your cork right here, slide it on there just a little bit. And it may be tough. And remember, we put that cork grease on there. And for right now, just put it on there about halfway or so. We'll get into tuning it and how far you should stick it on there a little bit later. But for right now, about that much is fine. If you're really having trouble getting it on, you can do a kind of a twisting motion this way, but really be careful not to pull down on the neck because you can bend this neck really easily. And as a matter of fact, what might be even better for people who are a little newer to it is put the mouthpiece on first. And then you can put your neck on. But I honestly prefer to do it the first way where I have the neck on first and then the mouthpiece. But if you do it that way, just really make sure you're not pulling down at all because you can really bend this neck kind of easily. So just be really careful with that. And it should be with the slanted end. It's going to be on top with the hole. It's going to be on the bottom because that's where your reed is going to go. So this end with the hole is on the bottom. Slanted end is on top. And then your ligature is going to go on to hold your reed. And we'll talk about the ligature and the reed down the road just a little bit. So this is basically how we properly assemble our horn. On the next lesson, we're going to take a look at where we put our hands and how we properly hold it.